Hey everyone, picture this. It's someone's birthday, maybe a coworker, a friend, or even you. Everyone's excited, planning celebrations, posting on social media. But this person, they're acting like it's just another Tuesday. They go to work, run errands, maybe grab the same lunch they always do. No cake, no party, no fanfare. If you're someone who goes all out for birthdays, this might seem bizarre. But if you are this person, you're probably nodding along right now. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating psychology behind people who treat their birthday like any other day. And trust me, there's way more going on beneath the surface than you might think. The birthday spectrum. Before we get into the why, let's acknowledge something important. Birthday attitudes exist on a spectrum. On one end, you have people who celebrate for an entire birthday week or even month. On the other end, you have those who genuinely forget it's their birthday until someone reminds them. Most people who downplay their birthdays aren't necessarily miserable or secretly hoping someone will surprise them. They've made a conscious or subconscious choice to opt out of the celebration culture. And psychology tells us there are several distinct reasons why. Think of it like this. Some people love roller coasters, others prefer a quiet walk in nature. Neither is wrong, they're just different wiring, different values, different life experiences shaping how they want to spend their time. So what drives someone to treat their birthday as just another day on the calendar? The first psychological factor is what I call the pressure paradox. Here's the thing. Birthdays come with massive expectations. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to create memories. You're supposed to feel special. But psychologically, when we're told how we should feel, it often creates the opposite effect. This is a phenomenon related to reactance theory, which suggests that when people feel their freedom is threatened, they push back against it. Being told you must have fun today can actually drain the joy out of the experience. For some people, the weight of these expectations becomes exhausting. They worry, will the day live up to the hype? What if I'm not happy enough? What if no one shows up? What if everyone shows up and I have to perform happiness for hours? By treating their birthday like a normal day, they're eliminating all that pressure. It's a form of psychological self-protection. If you don't build it up, you can't be disappointed. There's a certain peace in lowering the stakes. The second factor is all about control. Birthdays, especially as adults, can feel like they're happening to you rather than for you. People plan surprises, make reservations without asking your preference, invite people you haven't seen in years to celebrate you in ways that might not feel authentic. For personality types that value autonomy highly, particularly those who score high in independence on personality assessments, this loss of control is deeply uncomfortable. They'd rather maintain their routine, their sense of agency, their predictable day, than hand over the reins to well-meaning friends and family. There's also an interesting element here related to introversion. Not all birthday skippers are introverts, but many introverts find the social performance aspect of birthdays draining. Being the center of attention, making small talk with everyone who wants to wish you well, pretending to be surprised and delighted. It's exhausting. By treating it as a normal day, they're exercising control over their time, energy, and social interactions. It's not about not liking people or not appreciating gestures. It's about protecting their psychological resources. Here's where it gets really interesting. Some people who downplay birthdays have developed a philosophical perspective on the arbitrary nature of time markers. They genuinely don't see why completing another orbit around the sun deserves special recognition. This mindset often correlates with people who are present-focused rather than milestone-focused. They find meaning in daily moments, small joys, consistent growth, rather than annual checkpoints. Every day is equally valuable, so why should one day be elevated above the others? From a psychological standpoint, this relates to how we construct meaning. While many people use birthdays as natural moments for reflection and assessment, these individuals might find that approach artificial. They're more likely to reflect continuously or at moments that feel organically significant to them. There's also often a streak of existentialism here. They recognize that age is just a number, that the passage of time is constant whether we mark it or not, and that true personal growth doesn't happen on a schedule. Why perform celebration on command when real life is happening every single day? Now let's talk about something more sensitive: past experiences. For some people, birthdays are connected to painful memories. Maybe childhood birthdays were forgotten, disappointing, or overshadowed by family dysfunction. Maybe a significant loss occurred near their birthday. Maybe previous celebrations went badly wrong, creating an association between birthdays and stress or sadness. This is classical conditioning at work. If birthdays have historically been connected with negative emotions, the brain learns to anticipate disappointment or pain. The easiest way to avoid that? Don't treat it as special at all. This isn't always conscious. Someone might not actively think, "I'm avoiding my birthday because of that disaster party when I was 12." But the emotional association lingers, creating a subtle aversion to birthday celebration. It's also worth noting that people who've experienced significant trauma or loss sometimes develop a discomfort with celebrations in general. When you've seen how fragile life is, celebrating the passage of another year can feel trivial, tone-deaf, or even painful. On the flip side, some people downplay birthdays because each one is a reminder of aging and, ultimately, mortality. This might seem contradictory to the previous point, but hear me out. For these individuals, making a big deal about getting older amplifies their anxiety about time passing. They'd rather not mark the milestone at all than face the existential reality that they're 1 year closer to the end. By treating it as a normal day, they're engaging in a form of denial or avoidance, coping. Research shows that mortality salience, our awareness of death, significantly affects our behavior. For some people, acknowledging their birthday makes mortality too salient, triggering anxiety about unmet goals, roads not taken, or time slipping away. Younger people rarely think this way, but as we age, birthdays can become less, "Yay, I'm older," and more, "Wow, where did the time go?" For those uncomfortable with this feeling, the solution is simple: don't acknowledge it. Finally, let's talk about values. Some people who skip birthday celebrations are living out a broader philosophy of minimalism or anti-consumerism. They see birthdays as feeding into a culture of mandatory gift-giving, wasteful parties, social media performance, and commercialized celebration. They're not against joy or connection. They just prefer these things to happen organically rather than on a prescribed schedule. They'd rather someone show appreciation for them on a random Tuesday because they genuinely felt moved to do so, not because Facebook sent a reminder. This mindset often correlates with people who value authenticity highly. To them, celebrating because the calendar says to feels forced and inauthentic. Real connection and celebration should be spontaneous, meaningful, chosen, not obligatory. So what have we learned? People who treat their birthday like a normal day aren't all the same. Some are avoiding pressure, some are maintaining control, some have philosophical objections, some are protecting themselves from past pain, some are uncomfortable with aging, and some are living out different values. The beautiful thing is that none of these approaches is wrong. Whether you're someone who celebrates big or lets the day pass quietly, you're making choices based on your psychology, your experiences, and what brings you genuine peace or joy. If you're someone who loves birthdays, try to respect that others might not share your enthusiasm, and that's okay. If you're someone who skips birthdays, know that you're not weird or ungrateful. You're just wired differently or protecting yourself in ways that make sense for you. The real question isn't, should we celebrate birthdays? It's how do we want to mark time and meaning in our lives? And that answer is beautifully, perfectly different for everyone. What's your relationship with birthdays? Are you a celebrator or a skipper? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, whether it's your birthday or not, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.